Israeli, Jewish Israeli, how can I support you? Because I fully share the vision. I want to eat hummus in Damascus and in Beirut, and really I can see the train is going all over the Middle East. So how can I and my friends support you? Israelis.
Yeah, so that's what, because this is, I want to talk about the positive side and the negative side, because also as a Palestinian organization working with Israeli, we are labeled as a normalization organization, that we've been attacked by some groups that we are dealing with Israeli and making normal relationship with our enemy. But again, we want Israeli activists to come and join our projects like in Area C, to do some support for the Palestinian community, like a protective presence, coming for a day, inviting us to speak to an Israeli, to hear the Palestinian voice. This is very much needed, because
the Israelis are too busy with the demonstrations right now.
Yeah.
Really, it's so painful for me.
Yeah.
That they give so much energy to these demonstrations instead of doing much more efficient things like coming and
Which is important, it's in a parallel,
I don't know, I feel I feel differently.
The last one.
Yeah, I think Saeed will be with you after.
ما بعرف صراحة أروح معكم على المتحف ضروري؟
لا زي ما بدك.
مش مساعد السيارة كمان أظن. Maybe we take one last question and then we will do some closing words.
So my question is about the concept of the normalizer, and just what you have hit up against. Maybe you have, maybe you haven't, as possibly an obstacle that, I have a friend who's a peace worker from here in the West Bank, and I worry about his safety. His family doesn't know what he's doing as he travels around the world talking about bringing peace to this place, and I'm just curious because it seems like you could easily have that thrust on you too, and I'm interested to know what your experience is in that context.
Yeah, so we're facing like two pressures, one from the Palestinian community that they see us as a normalizer.
Do they?
No, they did, I would say.
Not so much, but
not so much now, because we don't,
They didn't understand our vision, but we're getting closer to the community with our project, so they can see who we are. And yes, we do work with Israelis, as I said before, as long as they recognize the occupation and the importance of the need of ending the occupation.
And for the other part of the question is.
What's your experience?
Yeah, and also for the Israeli, we always have fear, that the Israeli government maybe will put some restrictions on Holyland Trust, because they have been targeting Palestinian NGOs, Palestinian human rights organizations. They already closed 6 organizations, Palestinian organizations. They labeled them as a terror organization. And unfortunately, if you go to NGO Monitor and you read about Holyland Trust, there is many Israeli trying to label Holyland Trust also as an anti-Semitic or a terror organization because of the work we do on the ground and raising awareness and the non-violence. Some Israeli, and even like there was an article about Holyland Trust in Israel Today. When we did the festival, that we are promoting the Palestinian propaganda to the international community.
It was by the time when the 3 settlers were kidnapped.
That was a long time ago.
Yeah, and we had the festival. It's the first Thursday of any August anyway. They said this festival is celebrating the kidnapping of the soldiers. There's
So
nothing
that's
to
why
do.
we are expecting any policy that might affect our existence here. And now with the new American administration, cutting the funds for the USAID fund, even our American friends, they are afraid to send money because they might be, questioned, like why you're sending money. That's why we have now a fiscal partner in the US based in Washington, that all the donation goes to the American organization and then they send it to us, because this is how we survive,
What is-
otherwise.
Who is your
Because
fiscal
What's the
partner?
fiscal
Non-violence international,
Non-violence international.
yeah, which is based in Washington DC, and they are, tax, they are registered as an American organization. You get your tax deduction. So all the donation goes through non-violence, but we are concerned about the future
Yeah.
of this
We are
relation.
too.
Yeah,
are
that
too,
And we as an organization, because we don't have core fund, so we depend on individual donations, people who like the work, some
So we
people.
can donate from that.
You can donate from our website. I
Yeah,
passed my card.
which is
I-
connected.
Yeah, I have the card. We're allowed to do that? I don't know what we're allowed to
Holyland
do anymore in the United States.
No, because once you put donate, it will take you directly to the page of Non-Violence International.
Okay.
So
I got it,
automatically,
okay.
yeah, automatically.
We're a little confused, like. as
If people
things-
have extra money when we're paying them anyway, you can just add it now if you want, but then you don't get your tax deduction, but anyway, the standard deduction is high, so you don't need your tax deduction.
No, not for that, it's the safety of like.
No, but if you give,
I know.
you pay them now or here,
Right, but we can know in the future
yes,
also as
to tell
we
other people,
move
yes.
forward and
Yes.
talk
Because
to
now we are
Other
launching
people
this
in our-
campaign that we want to build this center. So if you know a good donors that they have the money, we need a lot of money for the
Yeah.
new center to build in Bethlehem
Yeah.
in this year.
Yeah, but this brings me to the point where, what can we do?
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, yeah.
Talk about us.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a reason you have a picture of King and Gandhi and the same thing, I don't think that's
An accident.
Well,
Right.
No, for
just,
sure.
can we end with this, because